Hey yo, what is up, Godzilla and Kaiju fans and everybody? It is me, Godzilla, in my evolved form again, and welcome, Godzilla and Kaiju fans and everybody, to the SpaceX Starship 11th Orbital Test Flight live event video on Godzilla King underscore 1954 to 23. So, yeah, Godzilla and Kaiju fans and everybody, this is our 110th Godzilla King underscore 1954 to 23 YouTube video on our YouTube channel. And yeah, this is the full SpaceX Starship 11th Orbital Test Flight live event video on Godzilla King underscore 1954 to 23. So, yeah, Godzilla and Kaiju fans and everybody, we are about to witness the final launch of Starship version 2 and prepare for a whole new era of Starship here for us. So, yeah, Godzilla and Kaiju fans and everybody, I hope all of you Godzilla and Kaiju fans are ready for the full SpaceX Starship 11th Orbital Test Flight live event video on our YouTube channel to absolutely impress all of you and yeah, definitely give you the best video of SpaceX Starship on our YouTube channel as possible. So, yeah, Godzilla and Kaiju fans and everybody, this video is being recorded on December 31st, 2025, which is New Year's Eve. And yeah, Happy New Year's Eve 2025, Godzilla and Kaiju fans and everybody, and Happy New Year 2026. So yeah, Godzilla and Kaiju fans and everybody, I thought we would do our Starship Flight 11 full video here for the occasion today. And yeah, so yeah, Godzilla and Kaiju fans and everybody, yeah, let's do this, everybody. This is going to be a very awesome video, Godzilla and Kaiju fans and everybody. Welcome, Godzilla and Kaiju fans, to the SpaceX Starship 11th Orbital Test Flight live event video on Godzilla King underscore 1954 to 23. So, yeah, let's go ahead and watch the final launch and flight of Starship version 2 and get ready for Starship version 3 to launch soon in 2026. So, yeah, this all happened on October 13th, 2025, which marked the 1-year anniversary of SpaceX Starship 5th Orbital Test Flight, which, you know, involved the first booster catch, starring Booster 12 and Starship 30. This is going to be featuring Starship 38 and Super Heavy Booster 15. The final version 2 Starship spacecraft and Super Heavy Booster prototypes to fly in the Starship program as Starship version 2 vehicles. So, yeah, Godzilla and Kaiju fans and everybody, let's do this, everybody. It's time to do this. Please like the videos and subscribe to Godzilla King underscore 1954 to 23 to become a member of Team Godzilla and to get our YouTube channel to 100 subscribers on YouTube. And for more extremely awesome Godzilla King underscore 1954 to 23 YouTube videos on our YouTube channel very soon. So yeah, Godzilla and Kaiju fans and everybody, let's get into Starship Flight 11 now and enjoy the video. So yeah, let's do this, everybody. I'm gonna go ahead and sit down in my spot. And yeah, let's do this. Starship Flight 11. It's time for Starship Flight 11, starring Ship 38 and Booster 15. Oh yeah. The intro music sounds incredible on the SpaceX broadcasts. Let's turn up the volume a little bit. Alright, let's do this, everybody. Time for Starship Flight 11. Alright, SpaceX Starship trivia here. All these Starship launches at the current configuration at the orbital launch site is all boiling down to this moment here. Oh, Tesla Cybertruck, the Rocket Garden. Flight ready to go for launch. All these Starship launches at the current configuration at Orbital Launch Site 1 is all coming down to this final Starship launch here of this configuration of Orbital Launch Site 1 at the Starbase launch site. Oh yeah, first booster catch. Oh yeah. Let's do this, everybody. It's time for SpaceX Starship 11th Orbital Test Flight. Alright, Welcome, everybody, to Starship Flight 11.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Starbase, Texas for the 11th flight test of the world's largest and most powerful reusable rocket, Starship.
Yep.
Today's flight marks our second reuse of a Super Heavy booster and what's expected to be the final launch of our second generation vehicle.
Yep, starring Starship 38 and Super Heavy Booster 15, the final Starship version 2 paired to fly in the Starship program.
SpaceX Raptor team. Today we're coming to you live from Star Factory, just under 2 miles away from the rocket on the pad. Right outside on the lawn, the crowd is starting to gather, and after liftoff, we expect that crowd to head back in to watch the rest of the launch with us and have a party.
Yep.
And right behind
us are
three generations of Raptor engines, the third of which we're looking to debut on the next generation of Starship. And we'll talk a little bit more about that upgraded rocket later in the program.
We will see it.
If you watched Flight 10, you'll know it was a really, really good day for Starship. All objectives were met, and we got tons of great data to learn from. And today, we're looking to build on the success of that flight.
Yeah, that's right. In Flight 10, we're again planning to deploy Starlink simulator satellites as well as test the limits of ship's heat shield during re-entry. A controlled descent, flip maneuver, and soft splash in the Indian Ocean are also planned for ship.
Of course.
And hopefully our recovery team will be able to deliver some more of those amazing views that we got back on Flight 10.
Of course, we'll see those definitely.
Another crazy thing, and for those of you keeping track, today actually marks the 1 year anniversary of our historic first ever booster catch. That was Booster 12.
It was Booster 12 that became the first ever Super Heavy Booster to do a Super Heavy Booster Mechazilla catch. Very historic day. Exactly 1 year. Starship Flight 11 launched exactly 1 year since Starship Flight 5 launched.
How are things looking for launch today?
Hey Jake,
it's gonna be an awesome
hey everybody. We are looking
an awesome Starship launch
here. SpaceX Communications. That's right. Right behind me is our launch control center here at Starbase. Flight control team is on there. They're getting Starship and Super Heavy ready for liftoff. So as you can tell, when we look at the vehicle, prop load is underway. Things are looking good. We did shift our T0 a little bit. We're tracking to 6:23 p.m. Central Time, just a couple minutes into our window. All right, so as we noted, back in August, Flight
Starship 10th Orbital Test Flight Recap.
All the things we wanted it to do. Started off with Super Heavy, those 33 Raptor
starring
engines.
Starship 37 and Super Heavy Booster 16.
Window at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. It was able to do a successful ascent, followed that up with hot staging, Starship's upper stage igniting those 6 Raptor engines, separating Super Heavy, making its way back down. We saw the hot stage pop off. It then completed its boost back burn, put it on the course towards that splashdown zone. It successfully did that landing burn when we intentionally disabled one of those 3 center engines. During the final phase of that, used a backup engine, entered into its final hover, shut down the engines, and then splashed down into the water.
It wasn't really a soft splashdown. It wasn't really a splashdown. It was basically just an impact into the ocean that ultimately destroyed Booster 16. Starship 37 made into space without a single failure and got to deploy its Starlink simulator satellites. This was the first time a Starship version 2 spacecraft or any Starship spacecraft was able to do this historic moment here, deploy some satellites.
Our second ever in-space relay Raptor engine.
In-space Raptor engine relay demo. That was successful.
Burns on future orbital missions, and then when we're doing deep space maneuvers. Then on
the successful atmospheric entry.
We're able to get data on the performance of that heat
shield. And we had our successful ocean landing in the Indian Ocean. Our Raptor engine powered ocean landing in the Indian Ocean.
Did the landing burn. Killer views from the recovery team. Soft splashdown over in the Indian Ocean. We were just about 3 meters off of our target, so pretty much nailed
Starship 37 made it.
Day, tons of excitement here at Starbase. Just a reminder, those
now here we are, Starship Flight 11 on October 13th with Starship 38 and Booster 15.
Increase our launch cadence, eventually start sending missions to the Moon and Mars. I mean, we've got thousands of launches to come. But for now, we're looking good for launch. Toss it back down to Amanda and Jake.
Awesome. Thank you, Dan. Starship is the first orbital launch vehicle engineered to be fully reusable, just like a commercial airliner. In fact, to the end, we're actually reflying a Super Heavy booster for the second time today. This booster last flew on Flight 8.
That's Booster 15 right there. Booster 15 is flying for its second time here. Alright, here we go. Starship. Let's have a look at Starship here. So, SpaceX Starship is the world's most powerful and largest rocket ever built, tested, and flown. and
So
its
that means the
its
super
height
heavy
is
over in the pad right now with its
123
Raptors is
meters
equal to the
tall.
power of about
That's
64
yeah, Starship
747s.
version 2's
Yeah,
height
that's
is
just crazy,
124.
Amanda. The
Wait,
power this
no.
rocket generates
Starship
is
version
incredible.
2's
To be
full
specific,
height
it's
is
over
123 meters tall, with the Starship
16.7
spacecraft being
million
52
pounds
meters
of thrust.
tall, and the Super
Numbers
Heavy booster being
almost incomprehensible,
71
but
meters
just crazy.
tall. And Starship
All right,
version
to break
3
it down,
will
Starship
be
is made of 2 parts.
124
First
meters
is the
tall,
super
which is
heavy
definitely
booster, which is
Godzilla
powered
size,
by
with the
33
Starship
of those
spacecraft
Raptor
being
engines that run on liquid
52
methane
meters
and
tall, and the
liquid
Super Heavy
oxygen.
booster being
And
72
second
meters
is the
tall.
Starship upper
So
stage,
yeah, I'm
powered by
excited to
6
see
Raptor engines,
SpaceX
3 are
Starship
optimized for seal
12th
performance,
orbital
and 3
test
are for
flight
vacuum performance
mark the
without
first
larger
ever
nozzle expansion.
successful,
All right,
hopefully
so Starship's
successful
second stage that
Starship
will one
version
day
3
carry
launch.
cargo,
Yep,
payloads, and
first
people
Starship version
all
3
the way to
launch is
Mars
going to
and
be
beyond.
Starship
The
Flight
super heavy
12.
booster is designed to launch,
So yeah,
separate, flip, and return
that's
to the
Starship
launch
there for
site
you.
where it can be caught by the
This,
chopsticks on the launch tower.
this is the world's
However,
most
as
powerful and
previously
largest
noted,
rocket
we
ever
won't
built,
be
tested, and
attempting one of
flown,
those
and it's
catches
designed to
today.
be fully and rapidly
Starship, on the
reusable.
other hand, re-enters the
So,
Earth's atmosphere at the conclusion of its mission,
for
getting
Starship Flight
itself
11,
to
we're
a
not going to be
vertical
doing
landing
a
or
Super Heavy
catch.
Booster
And
Mechazilla
both stages
catch.
are designed to
Well,
return
since
to
it
Earth
is
and fly
taking
again,
place
making this the
1 year
first
since
rocket in
Starship
history that will be
Flight
fully
5,
reusable.
we're not going to be doing a booster
Yeah,
catch
not
because they've
forget
already
that
removed
between the
the
two vehicles
Mechazilla
is the
catch
hot
hardware.
stage ring, a
And as you
structure
can see
made
right
of
there, there's
steel
Starship
that
38
allows
and
the
Booster
ship's engines
15,
to
and right
ignite
in
while
between
still
them
attached
is
to
the hot
booster,
stage ring.
enabling a
That's
faster and more
that's
efficient stage
what
separation.
makes Starship do
Right
hot
now, the hot
staging
stage
right
ring
there.
is single use, but in the future,
So
it will
that
be built in directly
so
to
that
the vehicle
hot stage
feature
ring
for that.
is detachable,
And
but
finally, the infrastructure built to
Starship
support
version 3
Starship is
will have
referred
the
to
hot
as
stage
Stage
ring
Zero. This
fully
includes the
integrated
launch
into
pads,
our
tank farm,
Super
and
Heavy
the launch
booster.
towers, which
So
hold the
yeah.
chopsticks that catch the super heavy booster.
So yeah,
and
we're
eventually
not going to
will
be doing
also
a
catch the
Mechazilla
ship.
catch today, since it
Yeah,
is
to get
taking
us ready
place
for
1
launch
year
today,
since
we
Starship Flight
recently conducted
5.
another static
Well,
test
yeah.
fire. Basically,
So
where we fire
as you
up
can
the
see right
engine,
here,
bringing the
Booster
launch
15
without
and Starship
actually
38
launching. You're seeing the booster on the
have
screen right
completed
now.
their
It's a
stack
crucial
fires,
milestone
marking
to
the
let us
very
know we're
last
ready to go.
stack fires
And
at
here we're
Orbital
seeing
Launch Site
Chip.
1
We
in
did
this
this for the
configuration right
second
here.
time on a retrofitted
So
mount on pad
yeah,
1.
there you have it
We
right
had a
there.
full 9-second duration
Yeah,
of
Starship
burn on
38 and
all
Booster
6 engines.
15 did their
We
stack
should
fires,
also
and they
note
were all
that today's launch
successful.
on pad 1
And
is
yeah,
intended to be the last
those were
launch
those
on
were
this
gonna be
pad in this
those were the
configuration.
final
As we head into the
those were
next
the final
generation
stack fires
Starship
at
flight test
this
program,
configuration
we'll be
of
modifying
Orbital
pad
Launch
1
Site
to
1
meet the demands
before
of
they
our future
transform
missions.
Orbital Launch Site 1 to
Yeah,
look
and among
like what
many
Orbital
other
Launch
things,
Site
we're
2 looks
installing a
like.
new
You see
orbital
on the
launch
left right there
mount,
with
the new
the
flame trench system,
short end
and
Mechazilla
upgrading the
arms and the
chopsticks for
redesigned
future
orbital launch
catches.
mount. Yeah, it's
So
going to be
until that's
looking like
complete, we'll
that.
be running operations
Yeah,
from
Starship
pad
version
2,
3 is going to be
which
launching
will be
soon
coming
here.
online very soon. All right, let's go over to Hawthorne where Tyler is ready to talk a little Starlink.
All right, let's talk Starlink here.
Thank you, Jake
Let's
and
talk
Amanda.
Starlink.
My name is Tyler Lionquist.
20 minutes,
I'm a
54
Starlink
seconds
business
until
analyst
Starship
here at
Flight
SpaceX.
11 launches.
Starlink is SpaceX's low Earth orbit, high-speed internet that's bringing connectivity both on Earth and in space. So Starship is outfitted again today with 4 Starlink terminals, powering those incredible live shots of ship in orbit, through re-entry, and then all the way down to splashdown in the Indian Ocean. Now we've had a couple of recent milestones that are worth celebrating. Back in September, we launched Starlink for its 300th time. And this summer, we surpassed 7 million active customers with service available across 150 countries and territories. We've come a really long way since turning on service for our first paying customer in rural Idaho 5 years ago, back in October of 2020.
All right, yeah. Let's go ahead and watch this Starlink video here. Let's watch this Starlink video here.
Maples are looking.
All right. Oh, a little bit
I'm
laggy.
Wendy Lair. I live
All
in
right, 20
San
minutes
Juan,
until
Idaho,
SpaceX
and
Starship
we're
11th orbital test
Starlink.
flight.
With Starlink, we didn't have to compromise on where we live due to the lack of technology.
The minute they turned it on, we could stream a movie, we could video chat, we could play games on the internet without a lot of lag. I changed
yeah,
jobs earlier this year, so now
Basically,
I
a
actually
Starlink
get to go
satellite
to
internet is basically the best internet you can get. It's basically high-speed internet from space, from SpaceX's Starlink satellite constellation. Yeah, SpaceX's Starlink internet satellite constellation. Yeah,
We can live very rural.
this internet is from SpaceX's Starlink internet constellation, internet satellite constellation.
And I'm happy to report that Wendy and Sean are still Starlink customers today.
Yep.
So in just over 5 years, we've added dedicated services for aviation, maritime, RVs, and rail, and have expanded our emergency response capabilities.
Yep.
We've activated high-quality internet.
Oh, and
for
also,
millions of people,
Starlink
including
internet
those
can
that
be
live in
used
some of the
anywhere
most
in the
remote
world, like
places on
literally.
Earth.
Starlink's high-speed satellite internet can be used anywhere in the world, as you can see right here. Yeah, you can even use Starlink on the go, and basically any place in the world, whether you're in the wilderness or in a glacier or basically anywhere on Earth.
But Starlink was designed from the very beginning.
So I basically do recommend getting Starlink internet for yourselves. Oh, and speaking of Starlink internet, here's the size comparison: Starlink version 1.5 satellite, Starship version 2, Starlink version 2 satellite, and Starlink version 3 satellite. Yeah, the version 3 Starlink satellite will be launched on Starship here, starting with Starship version 3. Yeah. So that's basically what the version 3 Starlink internet satellite is basically built for. Starship here.
Direct-to-cell satellites, which will be capable of providing broadband service to cell phones globally.
Yeah, look at that. There's the Starship 38 right there. So yeah, you can see it. That's the forward section of Starship 38 you're looking at right there. You can see it's redesigned forward flaps, and it's part of its heat shield. And yeah, I'm prepared for. Get ready to see Starship look a little bit more different than this when Starship Flight 12 launches. So yeah,
Let's head
get ready
back
for
to
that
Amanda
soon.
and Jake at Starbase to take us through today's flight profile.
All right, let's
Thank
go
you so
to
much,
Starship
Tyler.
Flight 11.
So today's flow profile, we're looking to get our second re-entry with this iteration of ship.
Yep.
And prior to every launch, we work closely with the FAA and international air traffic organizations to efficiently and safely integrate launch and re-entry operations into the airspace.
Of course. Oh, look, it's Elon Musk. Look, it's Elon Musk, everybody. Look, it's Elon Musk.
How's it going? Good to see you, boss.
Hello, Elon Musk. Good to see you.
Good, we're live right now. Yeah, get
Yeah.
ready for Flight 11. How are you feeling for it?
Good. This is the first time that I'm going to be actually outside standing and watching the rocket. Still have mission control and stuff.
Okay, yeah.
But now I'll be standing at the bottom there.
Okay,
So
awesome.
it's really going to be much more visceral.
Yeah, you're gonna feel
Great
it.
place to watch.
It's gonna be awesome. We'll be in here this time, but usually we're out there watching. Yeah.
Alright, sounds good.
Good luck and have fun.
Have fun.
All right, see you, Elon Musk. That was a very good surprise there from Elon Musk right there. Surprise appearance from Elon Musk himself.
Starting with liftoff, we'll get into the flight profile here. Super heavy will ignite.
All right, so here's the flight profile of Starship Flight 11. So we will have liftoff of Starship Flight 11 with Starship 38 and Booster 15. They will quickly ascend with all 33 Raptor engines lit, and then we'll go through hot stage separation. Starship 38 will do its descent burn. Booster 15 will do its boost back burn, separate its hot stage ring, descend down to the Gulf of America, and do a simulated virtual Mechazilla catch in the Gulf of America with a unique ocean landing burn configuration. So Starship 38 will enter space. It will deploy its 8 Starlink simulator satellites. It will do its in-space Raptor entry light demo, go through a controlled atmospheric entry with a unique technique called baking maneuver, and then it will descend down to the Indian Ocean, and it will do its ocean landing burn and very own ocean landing in the Indian Ocean. So yeah, Godzilla and Kaiju Fans and everybody. This is basically, the Starship Flight 11 is basically trying to do what Starship version 3 will do. So yeah, this is going to be a very awesome Starship test flight here. Starship 11th Orbital test flight is definitely going to be the biggest rocket test flight in spaceflight history right here.
Actively building multiple next generation V3 Starship and Super Heavy
15 minutes until SpaceX Starship 11th Orbital test flight.
Nerd out a little bit. All right. There's going to be launching from Pad 2, which is nearing completion down here at Starbase.
Oh yeah, you want to see Starship version 3 here? Well, here you go. Here's Starship version 3 here, everybody. You see the 33 Raptor version 3 engines, and here it is, Starship version 3, yeah. Redesigned.
It's getting pretty much a complete overhaul under the hood.
Starship version 3 is basically going to be almost looking the same, but it's getting a major overhaul, major redesign, new redesigned Super Heavy booster, new redesigned Starship spacecraft, and yeah, there you have it. There's what Starship version 3 would look like, and Starship version 3 is definitely going to be the best version of Starship, yeah. And yeah, we're also going to be doing in-space refueling demos here. So yeah, we're going to be doing in-orbit refueling here soon with Starship version 3 as well.
We've shown some of this off, some of this
Oh
already
yes,
coming out of
they've
the
actually
factory.
begun.
It has upgrades like
They've
this,
actually
a
begun
redesigned fuel transfer
construction
tube.
of
That thing's roughly the same size as the
of
first stage
Starship
of the
version
Falcon
3
9
here.
rocket.
The
That
first
channels
Starship
all
version
that
3
cryogenic fuel down to Super
vehicles.
Heavy's 33 engines. We made it
Wow, look at
bigger.
that.
It's basically a rocket inside of a
The transfer
rocket
tube
that
right
gives us a
there.
faster,
That
more
transfer
reliable
tube right
flight
there is the
and
methane transfer
simultaneous
tube right
engine
there. It's
startup.
basically
New
the
booster
size of
also
a
gonna have
Falcon
an
9
integrated hot
booster right
stage, a
there.
lot more
There's
vent area, and
there's
it's
the
designed
forward
to be
section of
fully
the version 3
reusable.
Super Heavy
Pressure
booster
from
right
those
there.
engine
You can
plumes
see
gets vented out,
the
mostly
integrated
offset just
hot
by the
stage
pressure in the
truss
fuel tank.
ring.
That is the top of the fuel tank.
And yeah,
And then we add a
and that dome right there is basically the
non-structural
top of the
layer of
fuel
steel
tank,
on the top that
the
helps
methane
take all the
tank,
heat in its
and
back.
yeah,
It's where all the high heating
it's
goes.
basically a major
Grid fins
redesign of
also
Starship
getting a
here.
big change going from
Also, the
4
grid
down to
fins are
3,
going to have a big change as well. They're redesigned grid fins now,
They're also going to get used
and
for vehicle lift
they're
and
also
catch.
the grid fins are going to be used
There's a new
for
catch
both
point
vehicle
addition
lifting
on those
and
grid fins.
booster
We've also
catching
kind
as
of
well
reclocked their
for
position
the
on
grid
the
fins right
booster
there.
that aligns them with the catch arms.
So yeah, there you have it right there.
You got it right in the middle there.
Oh, and
And
of
then
course,
powering it all,
we have
Raptor
the
3. Looks radically
Raptor
different.
engine
Just straight
version
up
3
rat
right
hole.
here.
Tons
Raptor
of major
version 3
changes. It's
engine
coming
right
in
here.
higher thrust,
So
dramatic
SpaceX
reduction
has been
in
doing
parts,
Raptor version
tons of
3
control
testing here to
mechanisms
prepare
moving
for
inside.
Starship
Raptor
version
teams
3
built some additional
here.
stands like this one, which
see that?
essentially is the bottom
That's
of a
really
super heavy
cool.
booster. Lets us do
Look at
gimbal
that.
or steering
That's the
tests.
best
So
version
that's
of
been really
Raptor
exciting
engine
to see.
yet.
Also been getting
Yeah, look
vacuum
at that.
versions
Oh,
of
we also
Raptor
got the
3 into
Raptor
test.
vacuum
The first
engines, the
flight
version 3
engines are
Raptor
already
vacuum
in
engines.
production and are about to start acceptance.
So yeah, get ready for Starship
testing
version 3
for
to
Flight
be
12.
truly
So, a lot
revolutionary,
of exciting
everybody.
changes coming, and we're getting ready to mass produce everything.
Get ready to mass produce everything with Starship. It's go time for Starship here.
Tiles. Let's go over to Tyler real quick in Hawthorne, who's got a really cool look at what's happening with tiles in Florida.
Alright, what's happened with Starship tiles recently?
Indeed, Starship's heat shield is the linchpin to full and rapid reusability. We can't launch, land, refuel, and launch again if we have to spend months refurbishing the heat shield after every launch, like they did in the Space Shuttle program.
Yeah?
So, in a future where Starship is flying several times a day, many thousands of heat shield tiles will be required. So yeah, we need to get cooking on those tiles.
Of
which
course
is exactly
we
what's
do.
happening inside the fully automated
Of
bakery down
course
at the
we
Cape.
do, y'all.
In just 3 years, tile production at the bakery
yes.
has surpassed
Starship
the total number of
Spacecraft
tiles
heat shield
produced
tile
during
production.
the 30 years
Yeah.
of the shuttle program. To go from the raw material to a finished tile, it takes about 40 hours. And today, the bakery is producing about
See, this is what they call the bakery here. This is where they do a Starship Spacecraft heat shield tile production right here. See, these are the Starship Spacecraft heat shield tiles, the latest version of them. And yeah, we're gonna hope those Starship Spacecraft heat shield tiles are gonna be doing very good. So yeah, that's the Starship Spacecraft thermal protection system heat shield tiles right there. They look really cool.
Absolutely. I always love to get to do a little show and tell. So we've got thousands of these heat shield tiles covering Starship.
Yep.
Now they're kind of all next to each other. There's a small gap in between all of them. You got to leave a little bit of space as that metal underneath will expand and contract. That way they don't crunch into each other and start breaking. However, that lets some of that plasma kind of seep through. We see really high heating on the sides and then down on the metal.
Of course, we don't want that. So in order to fix that, we have this right here. This is called crunch wrap right here.
Felt that we then wrap around it. So as these tiles are next to each other, you've got a small bit in between that's going to help offset that heating. It's just one of the ways we're continuing to iterate on this heat shield, getting towards rapid reusability. Hopefully it's going to help Starship live Moss. You know, everything is just going to get us to that end state of a fully and rapidly reusable vehicle. So
yeah, that's right.
pretty much the entire vehicle has those on it today. We've done this.
Alright,
on
yeah,
multiple
10 minutes
stations
until
previously,
SpaceX Starship
this
11th
time,
Orbital test
pretty much
flight
the whole vehicle
launches.
has it, so that was
So yeah,
special
the
for today.
Starship Spacecraft
Alright, enough heat shield
thermal
tiles. Let's
protection
go quick
system
check in
heat shield
on the pad. So,
is going to be having
if you
the
did notice, we did
crunch wrap
shift our
here,
T0
as well as
just a little
the
bit,
backup
now
ablative
counting
layer.
down to
So yeah,
6:23 and
so first we
41
have the
seconds
latest
Central
version
Time.
of the
We
thermal
shifted a
protection
little
system
bit
heat
as we
shield
were working to
tiles.
finish clearing the
We have
range.
the crunch
We were
wrap
monitoring
around the
sea
tiles as well,
airspace,
and of
here over
course
the
we
Gulf
have
and
the
MMR.
backup
Splash
ablative
on location
layer,
over
just
on
in
the
case of
Indian
any of the
Ocean.
tiles
We were working
fail.
with the FAA,
But
a
yeah,
lot of other
we're gonna see
airline
how
agencies
this
coordinating all
new
of this.
Starship
Good
Spacecraft
news,
heat
range is
shield
currently
does
great.
here
We're
on
able to
Starship
get everything
38
out
on
of the
Starship
way,
Flight 11.
that we were tracking in
As
the
you can see,
Gulf.
propellant loading
Weather
is
status, I don't even
progressing
really
really
need to
good
do, not a
here.
cloud in the sky, beautiful day, no probability of violation for launch at this point.
Yeah.
We're not currently tracking any issues on the vehicle or the pad. You can see our fill levels are getting up there.
Yeah, you
we're
can see
almost completely done with our
almost
propellant
completely
loading.
done with
We've
liquid
gone
methane
through
and liquid
all of our
oxygen
checkouts
propellant
so far
loading.
this
Yes,
morning, aligning
SpaceX
our
Starship
guidance, navigation,
is
control
fueled by
system, getting
liquid
vehicles
methane and
ready
liquid
for drop load
oxygen.
at the farm.
So yeah,
Everything's gone pretty
that's
smoothly
basically
so
the
far.
fuel and
We have
oxidizer
our
for
go,
Starship.
no-go
Liquid
for
methane
drop
and
load.
liquid
That happens
oxygen,
in T-minus
or
1 hour and
CH4 and
15
LOX.
minutes. We've been
So
loading
yeah.
fuel and LOX on board the ship since about 53 minutes
Load up
before launch.
those
Booster
tanks.
started just about 10 minutes after that. We continue loading prop until just around 3 minutes before liftoff, and then at that point.
Oh, a little bit of technical difficulties there, but it's all right. It's all right. Just a little something here. No worries, guys. We're still filming. It's just a little buffering here. That's all.
We'll be ready to go. So
Right.
bottom line at the moment, we're looking real good. Again, 6:23 and 41 seconds Central Time is our target T0. So
Yep.
we're going to keep counting down.
Sounds like great news so far. Thank you, Dan. And we do say it repeatedly because it's important to understand, but these flight tests are all about the data. Data helps us build and fly faster until we're eventually ready to fly people and cargo at scale to Mars. That is our foundational mission and basically just the major inspiration for our work here every day.
Send
Yeah,
humanity
that's
to
exactly
Mars.
right, Amanda.
Hashtag
And
Occupy
our first
Mars.
missions
Yeah.
to the Red Planet are just down the road, and we recently shared some exciting news.
Oh, you
Starship
did.
cargo flights to the Martian surface for research, development, and exploratory missions begin in 2030.
Oh,
And
yes.
we already have our
2030.
first customer.
Yeah, exactly. Starship is open for business, and one of the first payloads will be provided by the Italian Space Agency.
Oh,
They
yes.
recently signed
Starship
a
missions to
first-of-its-kind
Mars.
agreement to carry
Definitely
Italian
going to be
experiments
history
on the
in the
initial
space
Starship
race
missions that
here.
deliver customer
And in
payloads to
the
Mars.
history of spaceflight
In
here.
related news,
Sending
Starship
Starship
cargo flights
missions
to the
to
surface of the
Mars
moon for research,
It's definitely going to
development,
be the
and
biggest
exploratory
milestone
missions will
ever
start
in the
2028.
history of
So
spaceflight,
a ton of
everybody.
Starship
So get
activity
ready
to
for
look
that.
forward to. And if you'd like to learn more
2026
about our
and
mission to
2030,
make
here we come.
humanity
Starship is going to do a lot of
go
stuff
ahead and visit
here.
spacex.com/Mars. Okay, now as we get closer to launch, development continues down here at Starbase, Texas, to shape this growing city into a truly unique place to live and work.
Of
And
course.
part of being a city, particularly one surrounded by nature, is environmental stewardship. The nearby Boca Beach dunes have unfortunately been eroding at an alarming rate for some time, so SpaceX is teaming up with Cameron County and the city of Starbase to stop that erosion and hopefully preserve the beach for years to come.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and as one
Hashtag
of its
save the
first
beaches
permanent
as well.
residents and someone who's actually called Starbase home for over 3 years now, I can tell you the beach totally adds to the uniqueness and awesomeness
Yep.
of living
Starbase
here.
is now a
Starbase
city
is
now.
truly unlike any
It's
other
now a
place
city
on
now. It's
Earth.
actually
You
on
know,
the map,
worlds can see the world's
and
biggest rocket
yeah.
every single day.
Yeah,
It's going to
Starbase
become
is
it's
definitely
going to
the place
become
be, and
extremely
we're always
extremely
looking for more
awesome
people to
once
come
it
help
evolves
build the
here.
future of spaceflight.
Yeah, particularly engineers, especially for our propulsion and mechanical system teams.
Oh
You
yeah.
could be working on tests just like these ones, proving out the designs of our next generation Super Heavy booster.
Oh yes,
Fun
they've
fact,
also
we
done
actually tested the booster to
version 3
13,400
Starship
tons of thrust,
vehicle
which is
testing
more
as
than the
well.
power of 3.5 Saturn V rockets, which is just crazy.
Yep.
We're also looking
Starship
for
version
civil
3 will
and
have
structural
triple the
engineers
thrust of
to
the
help
Saturn V
literally build the
rocket
future.
with the new version
Whether
3
it's
Raptor
buildings like
engines.
the Giga
And look
Bays
at this,
currently going
it's
up
Giga
above
Bay.
Starbase
This
indicate
is going to be
each is a
SpaceX's
massive vertical
Starship
integration
vehicle
and
assembly building right
facility
here, the
with
Giga
over
Bay.
700,000
Yes, Giga Bay,
square feet
Texas,
of workspace.
and of course.
Workspace. Those sites are
Of
currently
course,
in progress
Starship
after
is not
going
only
vertical
going to be
as we
launching
speak.
from Texas,
Or
but
you
it's
could
going to be
design the
launching in
Starship launch
Florida
sites of the
at
future.
Launch Complex
There's really no shortage of
39A and
So visit
Launch
SpaceX.com
Complex
/careers
37 as
to
well.
see all of our openings if you're
So get
interested.
ready to see Starship
Okay,
launches
now,
from
as
Florida
we head
here
into terminal
in
com, all eyes are on
2026
the rocket.
pretty soon.
Dan, how are we looking? Are we green?
All right, so let's see.
Amanda, we are so green. Everything's still looking really good. So we've got a green range, not tracking any blockers there to launch. We're continuing to load prop on board the vehicle. We're just about to close out, so we'll close out again just about 3 minutes and 20
All right, 5
seconds
minutes until
before
SpaceX
liftoff.
Starship
We'll
11th
close
Orbital
out on
test
ship,
flight.
and then booster just about 30 seconds later, and then you end up with about 11 million pounds of liquid propellant on board those two stages.
Yep.
After we're fully loaded on the vehicle, the pad itself gets ready for launch. We do what's called pushbacks. We clear all that prop out of the lines in the tower and the feed system back into the tanks to get ready for launch. And then in the next couple of minutes, we're going to do our final GNC guidance, navigation, and control system alignment. We're going to arm the automatic flight safety system.
Yep, arm that flight termination system just in case if anything goes wrong for whatever reason.
We'll be able to catch a quick peek at as we get closer to those. If we need to hold, which we are not currently tracking a reason to, that would happen at T-minus 40 seconds. It's
Yeah.
built into our countdown. We can pause and wait there for any final checkouts, anything that we need to hold for.
Yep.
As we pass that T-minus 40 seconds, a number of events will occur in rapid succession.
Yep.
The ground spin and ignition systems come up to flight pressure, and ship switches to internal power.
Yep.
After that, the quick disconnect arm lockout is removed in preparation for retraction shortly after T0.
Yep. You'll see that happen.
Once we pass T-minus 40 seconds, if any problems come up, we do still have the ability to recycle the count under certain conditions back to T-minus 40 seconds and hold there to assess what happened and then see if we can proceed again to liftoff.
All right.
Yeah, however, once the water for the deflector system begins flowing at
Oh yeah.
T-minus
So first
10
that
seconds,
at T-minus 20 seconds, we'll see the fire suppression system activate on the orbital launch mount, and then at T-minus 10 to 5 seconds, we'll see the water deluge system activate for the final time. So all the systems on the orbital launch mount will activate for the final time, and yeah.
Alright, we are
Oh, look
coming
at that!
up
Look at
on
that!
3 minutes.
You can see onboard camera view on SpaceX Starship right there, and there's Starship 38 right there, and it has decals. Now you can know that this is Starship 38 right here.
Ship booster coming
Yeah,
up
I'm
shortly.
glad they brought the decals back. Now we can know what Starship spacecraft is flying
Yeah,
for
about 10
Starship
seconds
flight
we'll finish loading
tw-
prop on the
for
booster,
Starship.
And then again, we'll have over
Here.
1 million pounds of that liquid oxygen.
Yep,
liquid methane
Starship 38 have
onboard
decals
the
now.
vehicles.
Oh yeah, look at this
After
awesome
tracking
view of
reason to
Starship
hold
38 and
T-minus
Booster
40,
15 right
it can
here.
pop up if the last
The
one
last
around till we touch
Starship
that
version
peak. We can
2,
always hang out there for a
full
couple
stack
of
here,
minutes.
getting ready to
If
launch.
we need to,
And
we do
on
have
this
some extra
historic
time.
Starship
We're not
Flight
constantly
12
topping
or
off
Starship
the
Flight
performance
11 mission
vehicles, so
here.
we have
Starship Flight
about
11,
a
yeah.
7-8 minute window where we can wait for any
Starship
final
Flight
issues
12
to
is going to
clear.
be even
Not
better
currently
because
tracking
Starship
a
version
reason to
3,
hold
yeah.
there. Again,
First
our
launch of
range
Starship version
continues to
3
be
is
green.
going to happen
So
when
we
Starship
can see in
Flight 12
airspace,
launches.
both
So yeah,
out
get ready
over
for
the
that
Gulf
in
and
2026.
in our reentry zone out in the Indian
This will be the
Ocean.
last Starship launch of 2025 and the last Starship version
2
2
minutes,
launch as
15
well.
seconds to
So
go.
yeah, get ready.
A lot of things on tap.
T-minus
for
20,
Flight 11,
T-minus
planned to be
10,
the last
or T-minus
launch of this
2
version of
minutes and
Starship
5
that's super
seconds.
heavy. Once again, we're really focused on getting ship over to reentry. Once we get to that phase, we're
Alright,
gonna dive
here
in.
we go.
There's a
This
lot
is
of
it.
exciting
1
stuff
minute
that's
and
gonna be
54
happening
seconds
on our
until
way back
SpaceX
through,
Starship 11th Orbital test
and
flight.
down to the
Godzilla and
ground,
Kaiju Fans and
hopefully
everybody.
out in the Indian
It's time
Ocean.
for Starship 38 and Super Heavy Booster 15 to make history on the
Minute
final
45.
Starship launch here. The final
Should
Starship launch
hopefully
of
be
Starship
seeing-
version 2. Oh look, there's Super Heavy
There's
Booster
a quick
15's
wiggle
33
check.
Raptor version 2 engines, and you can see the
Checking
13
out the thrust
center
vector control
gimbaling
for
Raptor
steering
engines
on the booster.
gimbaling right
We use
there.
those inner 13
So yeah,
engines.
yeah, you just saw
Doing
a
our
last
full
minute gimbal
final
testing
dance
here.
before the big show.
So yeah, there's Super Heavy Booster 15's 33 Raptor version 2 engines right there. Remember,
And we'll do that one more time
24 of
after
those
we
engines are
cross
flight
that
proven,
T-minus
and
48.
9 of them are brand new engines. And yeah, we're gonna see them all light up.
Range continues
All right,
to
here we
be
go.
green.
1 minute 10 seconds. This is it. Time to
So
count
not
down
tracking
to
any
SpaceX
issues
Starship
on vehicle
11th Orbital
format.
test flight. Final minute is now. Here we go. 1
to
minute
go.
until SpaceX Starship 11th Orbital test flight. Godzilla and Kaiju Fans and everybody, let's do
As
this.
a reminder, we can
All right, here we
can
go.
hold at T-minus 40. We're not planning to.
All right, ready? T-minus 40. All right, here we go. This is it. Passing T-minus 40 seconds. All right, you're go for
Alright.
launch. Starship is go for
Return
launch here.
T-minus 40. Let's listen in. Flight Director Ty Huntington back in the seat.
All right, here we go.
Take us through the final
Flight
seconds.
directors go for launch.
All right, here we go. Starship is go for launch. We are go for SpaceX Starship 11th Orbital test flight. Let's do this, everybody. The final launch of Starship version 2 is now. There we go. The fire suppression system on the orbital launch mount has activated for the final time, and it's time to count down to SpaceX Starship 11th Orbital test flight, everybody. Let's count down all together.
T-minus
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Water deluge system activating for last time. 2, 1. Super Heavy Booster 15 ignition. All 33 Raptor engines have ignited, and we have liftoff. Go Super Heavy. Go Starship. Thanks to all the historic flights, Pat 1. Liftoff of SpaceX Starship 11th Orbital test flight. We rise together with SpaceX, traveling back to the moon, traveling to Mars and beyond. The final launch of Starship version 2 is now. Go Starship 38 and Super Heavy Booster 15.
Booster Raptor chamber pressure nominal.
Let's do this, everybody. Last launch of Starship version 2. Thanks for all the historic flights. Orbital Launch Site 1 in the current configuration you were when Starship Flight 11 launched. Let's go. All 33 Raptor engines lit on Booster 15. We are approaching max Q here.
Seconds into flight, we're still getting the rattle here.
Oh yes. Go Starship 38 and Booster 15.
Raptor engines lit on Super Heavy as it arcs across the Gulf. Coming up next on Max Q.
Alright, coming up on Max Q, we're 1 minute into Starship Flight 11. Alright, Starship is supersonic, and we are going through Max Q, maximum aerodynamic pressure on Starship. Oh yes, all 33 Raptor engines lit on Booster 15. This is perfect here. This is perfect for our last launch of Starship version 2 here. Alright,
next thing we're looking
here we go.
forward to.
You can see the that vapor appearing on the engine plume of Booster 15.
33 Raptors lit. Super Heavy makes its way uphill.
We are making our way
Hot
uphill
staging
critically.
is going to be coming up.
You're ready for hot staging to show up. Wow, look at this. This is awesome here, Godzilla and Kaiju Fans and everybody. Wow.
But 3 of those Raptor
So get ready
engines
for
in
hot
Super
stage
Heavy
separation.
shutdown.
We're going to see
Version
Booster
Eco.
15 most engines cut off
engines
and
cut off
Starship
instead of
38
main
ignition
engine.
and hot stage separation happen. And we will see Booster 15 do its boost back
And
burn
then after that, we're
in,
gonna release the
for
clamps
the
that are
simulated
currently
virtual
holding
Mechanzilla catch
Starship
in the Gulf of
to
America.
that hot stage adapter. It's then going to ignite its 6 Raptor
Alright.
engines to push it
we
away
go.
from Super Heavy.
Look at that.
Start making
Onboard
its
camera
flight
view of
uphill.
Starship.
So
And
in
we are
about
rotating. We are
30
rotating
seconds,
for hot
we're gonna see
staging.
the
This is
engines start
the
to
roll
shut
and
down. Super
preparations
Heavy,
for
you'll
hot
see them
staging
kind of
here.
shut off in
We're going to be
separate
doing a
bags.
directional booster
So we
flip
just
here.
got
We're going to be
those
flipping
3
straight up for
center engines that never
Booster
stop
15
running
here during
for
hot
this
staging here.
process. And then
So
looking
yeah,
for
here we go.
6
This
ship
is it.
Raptors.
The final Starship version 2 hot stage separation is now. All right, here we go. Prepare to see
coming up in about
hot
10
stage
seconds.
separation now. And here we go. And get ready for the engine layout to show up.
Throttling down.
Watch the engine layouts here. And here we go. Booster 15 most engines cut off. And Starship 38 ignition and hot stage separation confirmed. Waiting for visual confirmation. And there is visual confirmation. And there we go. Hot stage separation confirmed. And Booster 15 boost back burn startup. Alright, successful hot stage separation. Looks like we have one of the 13 gimbaling engines out
Alright,
on Booster
successful
15
hot
engine,
staging
Booster
maneuver.
15's
So
engines
we've
here.
got 12 to 13 engines lit back
That's
on
all.
the
That
booster,
appears to be
so
on
it's
the
doing its
ring of
boost
10
back.
engines here, but that shouldn't be of an issue.
We've got 6 out of 6
Meanwhile, on
Raptors
Starship
lit
38,
on
we
ship
have
there,
all 6
so
Raptor
it's
engines
now
lit
gonna
on
continue to make
Starship
its
38
ascent
here.
into outer space.
So yeah, that was.
Meanwhile, this
We had
boost
some
back
really
is
successful stuff here
happening.
so
We're
far.
using those 13
Alright.
engines.
Looking
So
good on all
well,
engines here.
12 out of
Alright, there goes the
13,
ring of
and
10
then we go
engines
down
on
to 3
Booster
that we're gonna
15's
shut down
engines.
for the end of boost
And
back. That's
yeah,
sending Super Heavy
keep the
back
3
towards
center
its
engines
planned
lit for a
splashdown
little
zone
longer.
in the Gulf.
And yeah, here we go. Prepare for
Right
the
after we
shutdown of the
finish
boost
this
back burn here.
we're also
And
going to
any
separate
second now.
hot stage.
And
This will be the final time
keep those engines running for just a tad bit longer. And
we're doing this.
Booster 15 boost back burn shutdown.
Right, there's the end of the boost back burn.
That's the end of the boost back burn and hot stage ring separation.
BC in the hot
Alright.
stage.
And there we go, the hot stage ring has separated. So that's the very last time you're seeing a hot stage ring being separated on
So
a
the
Super
hot
Heavy
stage
booster
separates. It's
in
gonna
this
make its
version
way down,
here.
also splash
Because
down
guess
in the
what?
Gulf.
Future
In the
versions of
meantime,
Starship will
these
have the
6
hot stage ring
ship Raptors
integrated.
are going to continue
So,
firing for about 5 more minutes.
wow, successful liftoff, successful ascent, and successful hot
Next
staging.
up for the booster, though, is
And
going
successful
to be
boost back
its
burn as
landing
well.
burn. There's a
And
cool tracking shot.
yeah, look at this tracking
So
shot here
we're
of Booster
about on our
15
way
right
back
here.
in.
You can see the hot stage ring has separated. We're now dumping our liquid oxygen
Alright, so for booster,
to
this
prepare
is
for the
one of
ocean landing
main
in the
things
Gulf
we're
of
trying
America.
to get
We're going to be
is
doing a
this
simulated
landing
virtual
burn.
Mechanzilla catch in the
So
Gulf
you
of
can see the
America.
hot
So
stage
here's what we're going to be
making
doing here.
its way towards the very
We are
left
going to
side,
be
so that's the bottom of the booster.
we
It's
are
got
going
the
to
fast range
have
for some of that
Booster
process
15
happening.
do what version 3 Super Heavy
They look
boosters
like
will
they're
be doing
close
for
together,
their
but there's a good amount of distance between
burns,
them,
their final
and the
burns
hot
here.
stage will
We're going to
go
be
down,
doing
splash down
all
the
13
Gulf,
gimbaling
boost
Raptor
back
engines
for
as
flank
usual. Then we'll be transitioning to 5 of the center
Starship is
engines,
on nominal
and
trajectory.
then we'll be transitioning to
Alright.
the 3 very
Looking
center
good on that
engines. So
trajectory,
yeah,
looking good on
13,
everything.
5, and
Jake
3
and Mandy,
is
you
what
guys
we're
with me down
calling
there?
this burn configuration here.
Yeah, definitely. The crowd is gathering over
So
here
yeah,
in the office. You can definitely
Starship
feel the
38 still
energy
looking
here.
nominal on the ascent burn.
Great to see that booster
Alright,
is
we have the
making
grid
its way
fins
down to
moving
the
as we are
splashdown
descending
tunnel
on booster
in
15
Gulf.
here. Yep.
Yeah,
Booster
the
15's
shaking
grid
down
fins are
chute was
moving,
absolutely nuts. The windows are
stabilizing
still,
it,
still
and there
intact.
goes the hot
So
signaling.
that was pretty awesome.
Oh yes, look at that.
Yeah,
Here comes booster
coming down
15.
for about 30 kilometers, about
Screaming downrange. We're now descending from
Alright,
supersonic
as we
speeds,
approach
and
that
we are
landing,
now having the
just like
atmospheric
that,
entry
we'll be
heating
doing
on
a
the
13-engine
engines,
landing
which
burn slowdown.
is
This
right about
time it will
now.
be in a V3
Yep.
configuration.
You see the atmospheric entry heating on booster 15's engines.
And as we're starting to get into the denser part of the atmosphere, the booster
Alright,
is
we
using
are
4
descending down
hypersonic
rapidly.
griffins to guide
Now
itself
get ready.
through
Here
atmospheric
comes
entry
booster
towards its landing
15's
site.
ocean landing burn
And
and
we're
simulated
just about
virtual
20
Mechazilla catch in the
seconds
Gulf of America. Get ready to see the version 3 burn configuration here.
Bring that down to 5 to slow
And here we
down
go.
the booster for landing.
There we go.
And
This is the
finally,
engine
that's
layout,
about
and here we
3,
go.
and we'll
Say
come
goodbye to
back
booster
off
15 here,
while we're
everybody.
still
And here we
200
go.
meters in the
Booster
air. So
15
booster
simulated
15
virtual Mechazilla catch burn startup, ocean landing burn. There's all 13 gibbling engines, and transition to 5 engines for the divert phase. We're slowing down rapidly. And transition to 3 engines. We are hovering. We are hovering above the Gulf of America. And booster 15 ocean landing burn shutdown. And that's going to be it for booster 15. And there we go. We're descending. Booster 15 is plunging down. Get ready for impact. And kaboom. And goodbye, booster 15.
And into the water we go.
Into the water you go.
That was
Booster 15 served its purpose. Now all of our attentions are now on Starship. Our attention is now focused on Starship 38 here.
So far, so good for today.
Still looking nominal on the
That
ascent
was
burn.
incredible.
Alright.
Alright,
Now on to
great
Starship
stuff,
38
guys.
here. Still
I'm
looking
jealous of the
nominal.
crowd. Alright,
All
back
6
to
engines
ship.
still
Ship's
lit.
making its
All
way. We've
of
got a
the
little under
all
2
the
minutes
3
left
sea
in
level
this
Raptor
ascent
engines
burn,
and
so
all
we've
the
got
3
all
Raptor
6
vacuum
Raptor
engines.
still firing.
So get ready to see
So the next
get ready to
major
witness the
milestone
end
we're gonna be
of
looking for
the
is
ascent burn
Seco,
here coming up
second stage engine cutoff.
coming up near 9
Should
minutes.
be coming right at about 8 minutes and 58 seconds into flight, so we've got about 1:20 still to go.
Alright.
Really cool
Keep
to see
those engines
Booster go
burning,
through
Starship
that,
38.
that landing burn. That was one of our really key demonstrations we wanted to try and do today. Is that's mimicking what we're going to be hopefully doing. Oh, we just got our sonic boom.
Oh
Sounds
yeah,
like
that's
from
where
Booster.
that's the sonic booms and the sound of Booster 15
Alright, less than a minute
landing
to
in
go.
the
So we are
in
gonna
the
see
Gulf of America.
the 3
Alright, passing the
RVACs,
8th minute of
vacuum
doom. This is
optimized
where
engines
we
shut
see
down first.
most of our
Shut down
version
those
2
3
Starship
sirens,
spacecraft
so
meet
should be
their
going
early
right ahead.
ends due to
And
their
so Seco,
anomalies
just a
that they've
reminder,
had
this is
coming
putting us
through
into
this
a
moment
suborbital
here.
trajectory, so we're intentionally just
So yeah,
going
we were
slow
able to
enough
go
that
through this.
we're not
We're
gonna
still
achieve
looking
full
nominal
orbit.
here.
This puts us on a course where those engines shut off, and no matter what, we're
So
coming
yeah,
back.
we're gonna
Starship
keep
is in
the.
terminal guidance.
Alright, Starship 38 is in terminal guidance.
Terminal guidance, so we should start
So
seeing
yeah, Godzilla and
shutdowns
Kaiju
come
Fans
up
and
in
everybody.
a couple seconds.
We're gonna
So
see
30
the end
seconds
of
to go.
Starship
The
38's
ship is set.
ascent burn end here in just a few seconds here. Keep those 6 engines running. Alright, prepare to see the shutdown of the Raptor vacuum engines, and there's the shutdown of the Raptor vacuum engines on Starship
RVACs
38.
have shut off.
And we're having the sea level Raptor engines run for a little bit longer for the final part of the ascent burn here. And Starship 38 engine cutoff. Starship 38 is now in space. Yeah, look at that. Starship 38 is officially in space. Full redemption. Just like on Starship Flight 10. Starship 38 has
All
made it.
ship Raptors have shut
And-
Nominal
down.
orbit insertion.
Nominal orbit insertion on Starship 38.
You just heard nominal orbital insertion, so we are on the path that we wanted to be.
Yep.
So we've got a ship back in space.
We have a
whole
Starship in
lot
space.
planned for it, lots
Oh,
more
and we're
still to
doing
come.
some
Great seeing
in-space
Super
flap
Heavy make
testing
its way
here.
to the water, but I'm excited to see what ship can do in space. How's everybody doing down there?
Oh wow, look at that. Look. So yeah, this is looking at the aft flap here. This is so they've have some thermal protection system heat shield tiles on the aft flaps there. This is basically another tile experiment here.
Definitely exciting to see Starship Starship safety.
So yeah, this is just a little bit of a tile experiment here, having some heat shield tiles on the stainless steel part of the aft flaps right there. We're not doing as much tile experiments as we did previously, like with the metallic heat shield tiles and the heat shield tile with active cooling. Yeah, we're not doing those anymore. We've already seen what that already did when Starship 37 flew on Starship Flight 10 and made it through atmospheric entry. Yeah, it looked all orange and white after atmospheric entry. That was basically due to the corrosion of basically due to whatever it is, the oxidation of the metallic tiles and the active cooling tile, and that's basically why Starship 37 was all orange and white after atmospheric entry and when it landed in the Indian Ocean. We're not gonna be I don't think we're gonna be seeing that today because we don't have metallic tiles and active cooling tiles anymore. We're doing a new version of Starship heat shield tiles here and Starship thermal protection system here. So get ready for the next major milestone coming up. The next major milestone coming up is going to be Starship 38's Starlink Simulator Satellite Deploy Demo, where Starship 38 is going to be deploying its 8 Starlink Simulator satellites in space. So yeah, so far so good. Everything is looking nominal for Starship Flight 11. Absolute perfection on Starship 11th Orbital Test Flight, aka the finale of Starship version 2. So yeah, get ready to see some awesome stuff happen here when we do the satellite deployment here. We got that milestone coming up here.
Why don't you forward it up?
Oh yeah, good idea. Let's go ahead and fast forward a little bit here. So it's going to be happening at T plus 17 minutes, I believe. Let's go ahead and check it out here. Yeah, a little bit ahead. So we got some awesome camera view of Starship 38 right here. Oh, and we got the satellite deployment coming up here. So, yeah, we got the payload deployment demo coming up here at T plus over 17 minutes. So yeah, oh look at this onboard camera view, more onboard camera view of Starship 38 here. You can see this is camera view looking at the redesigned forward flaps here. So yeah, everything looking cool. Impressive indeed. Get ready to deploy the 8 Starlink simulator satellites on Starship 38 here. We're going to see the payload bay door open up, and sometime afterwards we're going to have the 8 Starlink simulator satellites deploy from Starship 38's payload bay. So get ready for that coming up here soon. So yeah, get ready for this next milestone coming up here. We were able to successfully see this and successfully have it for the very first time on Starship Flight 10. So get ready for Starship 38's Starlink simulator satellite deployment here. It's okay if the cameras are a little bit glitchy. They're powered by Starlink. So here's our telemetry right now, our trajectory. We're currently circling around the Earth. And we are looking nominal. Yeah, look at that. So great seeing a successful Starship launch here. Of course, it's got to be a version 2 Starship launch here because we've had our first successful Starship version 2 launch on Starship Flight 10. So yeah, let's see if we can make full success this time. We are in a stable trajectory. Starship 38 is in the position Starship 38 is getting into the position where it can necessarily deploy its
All right, welcome
satellites.
back, everybody. If you're just now joining us, where the heck were you?
Yeah.
We are getting ready for payload deploy. That's going to start once we get the payload door open.
Yeah.
That should be happening, or at least starting within the next minute or so. It's been a really cool flight so far.
Oh look, there they are. Starship 38's 8 Starlink simulator satellites in Starship 38's payload bay right there. So these Starlink simulator satellites are basically test satellites. They're basically dummy satellites. They're basically test satellites made to simulate the size and weight of the version 3 Starlink simulators, or the version 3 Starlink satellites that Starship will be launching. So yeah, don't expect any internet from those satellites, because those internet satellites, those test satellites are going to be on the same trajectory as Starship 38, and they're going to burn up upon atmospheric entry here. So yeah, don't expect any internet for them. Oh, there we go. Payload bay door is opening. Payload bay door is opening.
Looks like he's opening up the payload door already.
We saw the gas siphoning out, and yeah, Starship 38's payload bay door is opening. Payload bay door is opening. See that? Yep, there it is.
All right.
Starship 38's payload bay door has opened. Exactly at 17 minutes. Well, yeah, when it crossed into 17 minutes, Starship 38 opened its payload bay door, and now we are transitioning into payload deployment mode here. Get ready to see Starship 38 deploys 8 Starlink simulator satellites here.
Deploying these Starlink simulators.
You ready? You saw the gas siphoning out of the payload bay door. Yeah, the gas was siphoning through the payload bay door. That meant that it's opening. And yeah, look, you can see the door is fully opened. Now we are ready to deploy these 8 Starlink simulator satellites here. So that's going to be happening at 18 minutes. 18 plus minutes.
What we saw last time, but excited to see these get out the door. Our next iteration of Starship's also going to have a more powerful PEZ. It's going to deploy these at a little bit faster speed.
Yep, that's right.
But looking to see our next demonstration of this.
Ready to see the stack rise up here.
We should start seeing them move out the door.
You ready? Ready to see Starship 38 deploys 8 Starlink simulator satellites here.
Basically, that would be if you were sitting at the very top of the nose cone looking down. So there's kind of a short stack. There's 4 on either side, so 8 total. When we start flying Starlinks, for their actual deploy missions, we're going to be carrying stacks of about 60. So
yep, so 60 Starlink simulator satellites, or 60 Starlink satellites is the full capacity for Starship here for a Starlink mission. All right, here we go. There's the stack rising up, and here we go. First 2 satellites are deploying now.
Looks like we got a little bit of movement there, Dan.
We got movement. And Starship 38 is deploying its 8 Starlink simulator satellites now. First Starlink simulator satellite deployed from Starship 38. Look at that. Starship 38 is deploying its 8 Starlink simulator satellites right now. Second one coming out. Second one deploying.
Yeah, it takes about a minute for each one.
Yeah, look at that. 2 Starlink simulator satellites deployed from Starship 38. And yeah, this looks much smoother than it did on Starship Flight 10. So yeah. They were kind of hitting the payload bay door a little bit. But yeah, they've made some improvements to the payload bay dispenser here, the payload dispenser here. So yeah, this is looking really cool. All right, get ready for the next 2 satellites deploying.
Yeah, anybody that's been following Starship, you know, Starlink's kind of the MVP for these flight tests, where it's not only giving us the views we're seeing right now, but also just real-time data through every phase of flight. So we've got a couple dozen cameras
there
on
we go.
Starship. We've also
There we
got
go. Next
a bunch
set.
of
Next
cameras
set.
spread
Deploying.
across the globe, including out
All
in
right,
the
there we
Indian
go.
Ocean, where we've got our fun buoys
2 more satellites
floating.
deploying.
There's another one.
All right, third Starlink simulator satellite deployed. Yeah.
And I mean,
It's incredible to see how much this mechanism works here in space like this here.
From
All right, here we go.
team down here at Starbase, all connected.
See the 4th Starlink simulator satellite deployed from Starship 38's payload bay. And there we go. 4th Starlink simulator satellite deploying from Starship 38's payload bay. And yeah, there you have it. 4 out of 8 Starlink simulator satellites deployed from Starship 38's payload bay. 4 satellites deployed, 4 more to deploy. Yeah. 4 more satellites to go.
Yeah, we've got 4 Starlink terminals on the outside of Starship. He uses that to talk to the constellation. And through that, we actually get about 120 megabits of
Alright,
bandwidth
preparing the
for
next
downlink
2
of
satellites.
real-time HD video, all of our telemetry. So it's not just kind of giving us these cool views inside, but it's giving all that engineering data in real time, including re-entry, but normally a plasma layer builds up and blocks you out.
Yeah.
Starlink, powerful enough of a
Alright, here we
frequency
go.
that we're able to kind of punch through that.
We're now
and
preparing
still
the
get
next
that
set
live
of 2
video.
satellites. We got 4 satellites left to deploy. 4 of them have been deployed already, and now we got 4 more satellites to deploy here. And now remember, these are test satellites, so they're not gonna stay in space for long, and now they're gonna burn up upon atmospheric entry because they're on the same trajectory. All right, here we go. 5th Starlink simulator satellite deployed.
Out the door.
Oh yeah, there. Look at that. Outside of Starship 38 right here, you can see where the payload bay door is. You can see them emerging from the payload bay. All right, here we go. 6th Starlink simulator satellite
Starlink
deploying
is the world's largest
now.
satellite constellation operating in low Earth orbit to deliver high-speed, low-latency broadband
There we
internet.
go.
This provides internet access to people around the world,
There we go.
many of who have never had connectivity
6th
before.
Starlink simulator satellite deployed. You saw it. You saw it emerging out of the payload bay door right there. You saw the
Today, Starlink serves more than 150 countries, territories, and other markets with over 7 million active customers and counting.
All right,
To
final
meet the
2
global
Starlink
growing
simulator
demand for
satellites
high-speed internet,
getting ready
SpaceX
to deploy
expanded
from
its
Starship
factory
38's
over in
payload
Bastrop,
bay.
Texas,
Here we
just
go.
outside
Last 2 Starlink
Austin,
simulator
and also
satellites
introduced
getting
Starlink
ready
Mini,
to
as well as
deploy
an
from
upgraded
Starship
version of the
38's
Starlink
payload bay
standard.
during Starship 38's payload deployment
Yeah,
demo.
one thing to note about this satellite deploy is that they will be following the same suborbital trajectory of the ship.
Yep.
So these dummy sats will not be going in orbit. We do expect them to burn up on re-entry.
That's true. All right, here we go. Last 2 satellites getting ready to deploy. See it rise up. All right, here we go. Final 2 Starlink simulator satellites are ready.
Basically trading, deploy in the dark, so we get
All right,
those
here we go.
re-entry views.
And here we go. 7th Starlink simulator satellite deploying now. There it is, emerging out of the payload bay. All right, there you have it. 7th Starlink simulator satellite deployed. Now time for Starlink simulator satellite number 8, the final Starlink simulator satellite. All right, 1 satellite left to go. 1 Starlink simulator satellite left to deploy.
All right,
Right about now.
1 more to go.
1 more satellite, and there we go. 8th Starlink simulator satellite deployed from Starship 38's payload bay, and that is going to be it for Starship 38's payload deployment demo. Starship 38 has successfully deployed all 8 of its Starlink simulator satellites in space, and yeah. That's what a Starship Starlink mission is going to look like, and yeah, and just like that, we now have an empty payload bay. There was once a bunch of 8 Starlink simulator satellites. No, there was once 8 Starlink simulator satellites in there, and now it's empty. And you can see the top of the methane tank as well. Yep, we have an empty payload bay. Now we're gonna watch the payload bay door close here. So. Next milestone coming up, next event coming up is going to be a next mission, or wait, next objective coming up is going to be atmospheric entry. We're going to see Starship 38 do a very special atmospheric entry right here. Alright, and there we go. Starship 38's payload bay door has closed. Yep, the payload bay door is closed. And that concludes Starship 38's Starlink simulator satellite payload deployment demo. And now it's time to get ready for the next milestones and events coming up, which are going to be the in-space Raptor engine relight demo, the atmospheric entry, and ocean landing in the Indian Ocean. So yeah, gonna be jump cutting to T-minus 30 somethings minutes. So get ready for Starship 38 to do its in-space Raptor engine relight demo, followed by atmospheric entry and the ocean landing in the Indian Ocean. And we're gonna go ahead and jump cuts that right now. So it's gonna happen at right when we see the engine bay. All right, preparing for in-space Raptor engine relight demo. Somewhere above Africa. Yeah.
Just joining us, you did
All right, here we go.
some exciting stuff.
All right, here we go.
Successfully deployed its second ever.
It's gonna happen at 36 seconds. 36 minutes. Sorry, not 36 seconds. 36 minutes.
Coming up here.
All right, here we go. There's the engine layout right there.
So about a minute left to go.
All right, here we go.
Yep, just a little while. I think we're
All right, there's that engine bay camera view. And here we go. Prepare for Starship 38's in-space Raptor engine relight demo here.
Again, as Amanda just said, we're going to relight one of
All right, here we
those
go.
center engines. This will be the third time that we've tried this. We did it successfully back on flight 10, and then we did it for the very first time back on flight 6.
Yeah. So yeah, this is going to simulate
this is demonstrating essentially all of this.
This is going to demonstrate the in-space capability of a Raptor engine here.
And then also your header tanks, your smaller tanks in the nose cone, where we have liquid oxygen, liquid methane in a smaller, more easily pressurized container, which we can use for burns. We're also
prepare for the in-space Raptor engine relight demo.
So this will be a critical capability once we go to full orbital missions. You'll have to do a deorbit burn to break out of orbit, send it back down to Earth.
That's what's going to happen.
But in this instance, we're already on our way back down towards Earth.
All right, here we go.
So, this is just
so you're going to see the engines gibble out, and we're going to see one of the Raptor sea level engines ignite.
About 20 seconds or so, looking for.
All right, here we go. Prepare for Starship 38's in-space Raptor engine relight demo.
Completed that successful ascent burn almost 30 minutes ago.
I tried to get rid of the wait, hold on. I tried to get rid of the the little bar at the bottom. All right, but here we go. Here we go.
Raptor ignition.
Raptor ignition. All right, here we go. Starship 38 in-space Raptor engine relight demo. Startup. Yep, there's the relight demo, and shutdown. We've added a little bit more speed to Starship 38 here. That's cool. So yeah, there you have it. Starship 38's in-space Raptor engine relight demo complete. We used one of the 3 Raptor sea level engines there in the center. And yeah, that was to demonstrate the in-space ignition and burn capability of a Raptor engine in space. All right, so next major milestone coming up, next major event coming up is going to be atmospheric entry. This is where things get extreme here. We're going to do a very, very special atmospheric entry here for Starship 38, Godzilla and Kaiju Fans and everybody. So Starship 38 is now getting its flaps into position right now. You see, yeah, Starship 38's forward flaps and aft flaps are getting into atmospheric entry position. Look at that. All of Starship 38's flaps are in atmospheric entry position as we are now crossing into atmospheric entry now. Oh, it's so awesome. So yeah, the atmospheric entry this time for Starship 38 is going to be a little different this time. Yeah, the atmospheric entry phase for Starship Flight 11 is going to be a little bit more different and very special than what we have seen previously. So what Starship 38 is going to be doing near the end of atmospheric entry, Starship 38 is going to be doing what's called a return to launch site trajectory. So it's basically going to be simulating a return to launch site operation sequence of a Starship mission here. It's going to be doing what's called a baking maneuver, where it's going to be rotating to shift its trajectory and alter its trajectory to a trajectory where it's going to be doing a Godzilla catch. So yeah, this is what we're going to be simulating here on Starship Flight 11. So get ready for things to get extreme here, as we are now seeing atmospheric entry heating on Starship 38's heat shield. You can see it. And we are now crossing into daytime now. Oh boy. Prepare for things to get extremely spicy here. Extremely fiery. Alright, yep, you can see the atmospheric plasma entry heating. You can see the plasma heating on Starship 38's heat shield. That's a clear indicator that we are now crossing into atmospheric entry now. Wow. Starship 38 is pulsating with a whole bunch of venting, it looks like. It looks cool. Looks really awesome. I love it. Oh yeah. You see that? Everything is looking normal here. So yeah, everything is looking nominal.
Starship is approaching entry interface.
We are now approaching atmospheric entry phase rapidly. So yeah, Starship 38's atmospheric entry is gonna be basically the best Starship spacecraft atmospheric entry you've seen yet in the Starship program, because we're gonna be simulating a return to launch site sequence with Starship 38 here. So get ready for speed to be slowing down here soon. You see the atmospheric entry heating, the plasma heating, as we are now crossing into atmospheric entry. The friction is going to be turning Starship 38 into an asteroid-like object here. Well, not really yet, because it has a heat shield. And that heat shield is going to help us go through this extremely intense atmospheric entry phase right here. And also, if you look right there at the bottom, like at the very top left of where the countdown, where T plus timer is at, you can see Starship 38's catch pins right there. Yeah, we're going to be simulating a Godzilla catch with those catch pins when we do our Raptor engine powered ocean landing in the Indian Ocean. Alright. 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 Look at that. You can see that. It's really cool. Yeah. Look at that. You can see it fiery red. Oh. Oh yeah. There's things to get hot here. And I mean literally. Oh, yeah, you can see the plasma heating is illuminating the decals right there on Starship 38. So this atmospheric entry is, yeah, definitely something new that we'll be seeing here in the future for reals. So commentary should be resuming here, probably at sometime in 45.
Ship starting entry, good attitude.
Alright, Starship 38 is entering atmospheric entry and
Alright, welcome
nominal
back
altitude.
everyone. The ship is currently re-entering Earth's atmosphere.
We're now
as a reminder, we don't
100
plan to
kilometers
recover
above Earth.
spacecraft today, but rapid and reliable reusability is the ultimate goal.
Yep. Trying to make Starship fully and rapidly reusable here after atmospheric entry.
And, re-entry is a critical phase of flight, and
It
we
is.
need information on how the ship systems perform. Re-entry is also extremely demanding.
The flaps
portion
are
of flight
moving.
because we need the ship to scrub off all of the energy we used to launch the rocket. So remember the 33 engines plus the 6 engines on ship that we used to get up into space, we now are using aerobraking essentially to scrub off all that energy.
Alright.
And of course, Starlink is a big part of this, giving us the views we have right now,
Look at
and
that.
also letting us gather as
See
much
views
data
of
as
all flaps
possible,
here.
which again is really the main reason why we do these flights.
Of course, this is looking at the aft flap right there with that tile experiment here.
We have some tiles on the leeward side of the flaps here.
Yep.
And we have some different mechanisms, some stud out, basically to see if these tiles will hang on. And, we can
Looks
see
like a
right
few of
here,
them have
looks
fallen
like
off during
most of them,
the
but
ascent
I think I
phase.
see a couple there that are no longer there, so...
Yeah.
the
That was
final
just
thing
an
is
air
that
tile
we need to dig into
experiment,
that
not like
and
that
take that
major
data
tile
to help us
experiment
iterate
we've
on
had
the
recently,
rate.
on Flight 10.
So yeah, Starlink provides us with one more path to
Of
collect
course, all
data
the
and
camera
help us
views
track
are
the
powered by
Earth's Starship
Starlink.
design.
And if the ship does manage to make it all the way to re-entry, we'll collect valuable data on the spacecraft flying through the Earth's atmosphere at hypersonic speeds, or more than 5 times the speed of sound. Re-entry is typically a portion of flight where we don't have communications with spacecraft because it's re-entering at or around orbital velocity, which is roughly 8 kilometers per second or 5 miles per second. At those insanely high speeds, the spacecraft moving through the atmosphere creates a plasma field around the vehicle.
Yeah, you can see that plasma field around Starship 38 right there. That's the atmospheric entry heating, the plasma heating. So at 47 minutes during Starship Flight 10, we had a little bit of a surprise during atmospheric entry. Like, part of the aft section blew up in an energetic event, but it wasn't really that major to affect anything critical for Starship 37 during Flight 10. That was just probably a little bit of overpressure and probably the engine chill vent lines probably, I believe. I mean, it definitely does look like it. Flaps have full control of Starship 38.
It will experience as it returns. So if it makes it through all of those, that's a pretty good sign that we're doing well.
Yeah, and we heard flaps have control of the vehicle now.
Oh wow, look at that.
Yeah, there's a great shot there. You're starting to see the
38 still on there.
Yeah. The decal that says S38. I'm happy that you brought the decals back after like 3 Starship flights now.
Velocities of airflow surrounding and flowing past the vehicle are concurrently below, at, and above the speed of sound, somewhere in the range of Mach 0.8 to 1.2.
Glad seeing a Starship spacecraft with decals.
Commercial jets
So,
have a range
yeah.
of cruising speeds, but most
Really
fly
cool.
around Mach 0.74 to
It's
Mach
good to have
0.85,
Starship spacecrafts have
which is
decals. It would just make them look
480 to
better.
575 miles per hour, or 770 to 930 kilometers per hour.
You can also see like right below the catch hardware right there with the catch pin right there. You can see the ablative layer. You can see the ablative material on the side of Starship 38 where tiles have been removed to make way for the catch hardware that we have here. And yeah, yep, it's good to have some ablative layers, some backup ablative layers, just in case if any of the tiles fail. It's good to have it's good to have Starship's
Yeah,
thermal
so the
protection
entry
system
so far is looking pretty good. You can see that plasma
as
field.
perfect as possible.
Also, again, with those missing tile experiments, especially we're putting the
Also,
ship
we got
through
some
a lot
tiles
today,
missing on the
but,
actual heat
things
shield
are looking pretty
itself.
good so far.
So yeah, we're gonna
looking
see
good.
how
I
that
do
affects
wanna
Starship 38
remind
here.
people that we are pushing ship
Once
to
we
the
found out,
limits. We've done a lot of these missing
once we
tile
found out
tests.
that
We did it back in Flight 10.
once
Every
we find
time
out
do
that
it,
all
we throw
these
something
tiles
new and the ship makes it
and the
through.
missing tiles
This
do
time,
with all that
we're
stress
really
testing and
pushing it.
stuff,
We've removed these
pushing
tiles
Starship 38
in
to the
some of
max.
spots
I don't
that
think we're gonna
see
be
the
removing tiles
highest
anymore.
level of
We're probably
heat.
gonna have a full
And we
complete
remove
heat
tiles
shield
that
here.
have zero backup protection underneath. So
Oh,
there's
yeah.
essentially just bare steel.
Bare steel. Oh yeah, that's where the the
makes
tiles
it
with the crunch wrap basically don't have the ablative
And
layer.
so do not be surprised if this is not a very smooth flight on the way down. But again, this is intentional. We are trying to find what are the limits for ship. How resilient are we to these different issues that could pop up? If we lose a tile anywhere in the vehicle, we want to know what that ultimate impact is going to be. So we've got a couple missing.
Yeah.
And we had a bunch pulled over the primary fuel, the LOX tanks, everything. This one, we've got a tile missing right on top. So that's going to see some of the highest temperatures during this re-entry, and there's just bare steel right underneath it. So
yeah,
we're going to see if Starship's robust enough to pull through that. Also have some tiles missing around the aft flaps, specifically on the leading edge. So again, we're getting a really good look right at the leading edge. That's getting really intense heating. So again, gonna see if it can make it through. See if all the flaps hold on. See if Starship holds together. But definitely could be a bumpy ride. But this is why we're flying. This is why we're flying in this part of the world. This is why we're putting Starship through these flight tests to really understand what its limits are.
Yeah.
So we can then move on to the next thing, which is going to be bringing ships back to the launch site for a catch. But
yeah, that's what we're going to be simulating
suborbital
today. A
flight
return to
show
launch site
continuing.
mission.
Keep following it. I think we got about 15 minutes until splashdown.
Yep, 15 minutes until ocean landing in the Indian Ocean.
You can see our speed.
You see, speed is decreasing now rapidly. Alright, so
Ship is entering the peak heating phase of flight.
Yep, Starship 38 is entering the maximum heating phase of atmospheric entry. Alright, 70 kilometers above Earth. Yeah. Things are looking nominal. Yeah, look at that.
Looks like you can see some clouds down there.
Look at that.
Pass through 70 kilometers altitude.
Look at that. It's becoming daytime now. You can see the clouds right there. Oh yeah, look at that. Engine bay camera looks incredible. Whoa. Yeah, look at that. Atmospheric entry looks really cool in the engine bay camera. Of course, it does look really awesome
So far
on these camera views as well, like outside.
A little bit missing. That was ultimately traced to a little bit of buildup. We dumped prop on the way. We had a little bit of solid propellant buildup, and then either static discharge or the plasma ignited it, took out a tiny bit of that skirt, some of the aft flaps, but Starship again was able to fight through it, make it all the way to that landing.
Everything's still holding up nominally. Everything is. Starship 38's holding up strong here.
Should not be seeing that this time around.
Alright. Now, if you see, you're ready for Starship 38 to soon do its, baking maneuver here for the return to launch site simulation.
As a reminder, we're, in addition to these missing tile tests, we're doing kind of a unique flight on the way in. It's going to do what we call
you can see, on the stainless steel part, of Starship 38, you can see the rainbow discoloration. You can see the rainbow discoloration on the stainless steel part of Starship 38 here.
Right as we get into the subsonic and start doing belly flop. That's designed to essentially be the
over 22,000 kilometers per hour right now, so definitely moving at hypersonic speeds right now, but slowing down rapidly.
make a few maneuvers as it makes its way down.
Oh, and it looks like we're starting to turn. We're starting to. The Starship 38 is starting to rotate a little bit. It's starting to rotate. This is planned. This is part of the banking maneuver here. You're gonna see it. You're gonna see it more clearly here. In like another minute or two here. We're now officially getting into our banking maneuver. Yeah, this is. Yeah, Starship 38 is now officially getting into its banking maneuver for the return to launch site simulation here. So yeah, look at that. You can see that on the bottom left right there,
right,
with the little 3D 3D
3D
trajectory look of Starship 38. That was also during the liftoff and booster 15
that
phase
gives
as
a
well.
pretty good view of those aft flaps where, again, on the leading edge, I think it might be on the one on the other side, we had some tiles removed with no backups behind it.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
Again, we're really trying to stress some of the most sensitive areas around Starship, where basically if you lose a tile, it's the worst possible spot. And if we're able to make it through this, then that tells us quite a bit about just how resilient this vehicle is.
Yeah, you can see Starship 38 is tilting a little bit. This is part of the banking maneuver here. Oh, you can see some atmospheric entry heating on the catch pin right there. And you can see the stainless steel part of Starship 38 is showing signs of rainbow discoloration from the atmospheric entry heating right there. You can see the clouds down there. We're now crossing in the daytime and rapidly approaching our target in the Indian Ocean.
Yeah, looking at E3, that's the one.
All right.
It's the one we did the relay.
So you can see engine 3 right there. That's the one we did the in-space Raptor engine relay demo with.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see all 3 of those Raptor sea level engines ignite for the ocean landing burn for the ocean landing in the Indian Ocean. All right, here we go. Prepare for things to get even more extreme here. Get ready for things to get even more extreme here.
We can see that speed just continue to bleed off under 20.
We're now less than 20,000 kilometers per hour on the speed right there. All right, here we go.
Ship's still holding together.
Yeah, we're still holding together. We're still holding together. Starship 38 still holding strong.
Right, looks like we've made it all the way to the Indian Ocean. We're coming up kind of near Australia, the west side of Australia there. So
yep.
Pretty crazy. We're only 56 minutes in, and we've made it all the way, halfway around the world.
Yep. All right. It's looking extreme here. Looking really cool here. Oh, yeah. All right. Look at that.
It's actually a good demonstration of a future capability we hope to have on Starship where we will do point-to-point transport on Earth. Yep. So essentially travel anywhere in the world in about an hour or so, which is, going to be pretty crazy. Imagine going from New York to Sydney in 1 hour instead of the, 20 hours it takes currently.
Of course. Yep, indeed. Starship will definitely be truly revolutionary once we do point-to-point missions for traveling across the world here. All right, so we're tilting even more on the trajectory here. This is a clear indication we're getting into our banking maneuver here. You can see a little bit of the curve of the Earth right there on the top right. Oh, look at this. Look at this.
Picking up a little bit.
We're tilting to the other direction.
And this camera is embedded right in the end of one of those forward flaps, so you see it moving around. That's the flap adjusting to maintain control.
Yep.
It's like we're getting into our bank maneuver.
Yes, that's right. We are getting into our bank maneuver here. We are doing a very significant shift in our trajectory here because we are simulating a return to launch site operation here.
External temperatures are coming down.
Temperatures are coming down. We are doing a significant shift in our trajectory. We're tilting from side to side and leaning forward a little bit. And yeah, of course, tilting side to side and shifting our trajectory.
Vehicles now at maximum dynamic pressure.
Yep, we're now at maximum aerodynamic entry pressure here. This is our max Q part 2. Yeah, look at this.
Alright, that was basically our reverse max Q, so
We are now
most aerodynamic stress that it's going
now
to see.
currently
during reentry. We just
supersonic.
passed through it, so we're past that. We're past peak heating.
Now passing through
Ship's still
maximum
holding together.
heating. So yeah.
So we're currently in this bank maneuver. We're going to see it kind of roll over and do a pretty significant shift.
Yes, that's right.
As we get down closer to the subsonic speeds.
We are basically simulating a return to launch site scene sequence with this here, with this baking maneuver. This is going to be what's going to have this is going to be what will make Starship spacecrafts capable of returning to the launch site for a Mechazilla catch. This is how we're going to be doing a Mechazilla catch here. This is how we're going to prepare for a Mechazilla catch here, shifting our trajectory so we'll get into the right position for us to return to the launch site.
The show kind of calming down as
we're now
starting to move
nearing the end of
parts
atmospheric
the
entry.
atmosphere. We should hit transonic, so hitting that.
All right, we're now 1 hour into
faster
SpaceX Starship 11th Orbital test flight
the
here.
Speed of sound in just about 3.5
And we're
minutes.
1 hour and 25 minutes
Landing
into
burn
our
should
video.
happen
All right,
around
10,000
an hour and 6
kilometers
minutes after
per
launch, so
hour
we should be
is
just
our
about
speed
6
right now.
minutes away from that. You can see lots of daylight. Everybody cross your fingers, see if our range team is able to get out there and provide any surprise views as Starship makes its way down.
So yeah, we're still holding stable, and look, there's the ocean.
Like they heard me.
There's the ocean there. We're about to land in the Indian Ocean here. As we're going to be doing our own simulated virtual Mechazilla catch here in the Indian Ocean.
Dan, you just spoke that view into existence there.
Of course. We're going to have plenty of camera views of Starship 38 doing its ocean landing. So we're
There we go.
tilting even more.
So
The engine layout is back out. The engine layout is back because we're going to do our ocean landing.
This does almost like a half circle loop.
Our trajectory is going to be like a half circle loop here with this bank maneuver.
But we're kind of doing a more roundabout way to get there, where it's this kind of big, long half moon loop, and then a really aggressive and a twist right at the very end, and that would line us up with the launch tower.
So that explains. So yeah, this is why we're like tilting from side to side and leaning a little bit forward a little bit. This is our bank maneuver here. This is how we're going to be doing a Mechazilla catch during a return to launch site operation.
That S38 decal there is staying strong on that view we just had.
Yeah, that S38 decal is holding strong there, everybody. It's really cool. That's really cool right there, everybody. It's really cool. We have the S38 decal still intact.
Landing flip coming up in about 4.
Oh yeah.
We're
tilting even more.
Again,
We're now transonic.
We launch in the evening now, so we get these.
We're now on our transonic speeds, now moving below the speed of sound.
The reason we have the drone, other than that looks really cool, is we're able to kind of see the ship. We can only see so much from these cameras.
Now getting into position for the ocean landing in the Indian Ocean.
Buoys out there. We've got.
Oh yeah, we got buoy cameras there.
There it is.
There's those buoy cameras. Wow, this looks awesome. Of course, we got buoys out there and drones out there. That will be filming Starship 38's ocean landing in the Indian Ocean here. And as you can see, we're extremely tilted right now. We're extremely like on our side right now. This is also part of our banking maneuver here for the return to launch site simulation here.
No metal tiles on this flight, so not expecting to
Oh
see
wow,
that.
look at that.
Pressure is coming down.
Look at that camera view. You can see how much tilted we are. This is what's going to be for Starship version 3 now. This banking maneuver, these rolls from side to side here and shifting our trajectory. This is what's going to be happening with future Starship missions here. Doing a return to launch site operation that looks like this. And Starship 38 is subsonic. We're now approaching the ocean landing in the Indian Ocean. Prepare for us to do our ocean landing burn, and Raptor engine-powered ocean landing in the Indian Ocean here. Coming up here next. Now we're getting into position. All right.
Excited to get those Raptors ready. Should be 2
Get
minutes.
those Raptor engines ready.
Landing burn. Again, we're going to do a flip.
We're gonna do a flip.
After we ignite those engines,
After
we'll
we
go
ignite
from
the
3
engines.
down to 2 for the
We're
final
also
phase.
we're gonna be igniting all three Raptor sea level engines for the ocean landing burn, and then once we slow down while we're vertical, we're gonna transition to 2 of the Raptor sea level engines. And yeah, we're gonna do our soft Raptor engine powered ocean landing in the Indian Ocean here. So get ready to see that here shortly.
Seeing all 3 center engines at enter the actual phase.
That's looking at the rear. That's looking at the aft of Starship 38 here. We're now getting into position for the ocean landing. We're now completely horizontal and descending down to the Indian Ocean. Alright, here we go.
The ship is making its turn for final approach.
We're now making our turn for final approach. This is where we prepare for Mechazilla catch here. Mechazilla catch is imminent. We're about to go through the clouds, everybody. Get ready for us to go through the big, white, and fluffy clouds here. Get ready for us to go through the clouds and do our ocean landing. Alright, here we go. It's time to say goodbye to the final version 2 Starship spacecraft here. The finale of Starship 11th Orbital test flight is now, everybody. Prepare for Starship 38 ocean landing. We are about to go through the clouds here. And here we go. Starship 38's end is now. And here we go. Starship 38 ocean landing burn startup. All 3 Raptor sea level engines have ignited. We are now flipped. Now flipping.
There's our landing burn.
And now transition to 2 of the sea level engines. And there's the ocean, and Starship 38 has landed in the Indian Ocean, and that is the end of SpaceX Starship 11th Orbital test flight there. Starship 38 has landed, and it has tumbled down on its side, and kaboom! Goodbye, Starship 38. It exploded right as it tumbled down and landed on its side. Welcome back to Earth, and RIP Starship 38. And that was the final Starship version 2 launch and flight ever in the Starship program. What a day. Congratulations, Starship 38 and Booster 15. It's time for Starship version 3 to debut this in 2026.
What a day.
What a day,
more to go through.
What a great way to celebrate 1 year of Starship Flight 5 and the historic first booster catch. Wow.
Dan, we had a fantastic time watching. It was another exciting Starship flight test in the books, and we hope that you enjoyed those Starlink views too. So congratulations to the team at Starbase and everyone here and around the company. So many employees contribute to the Starship program as we continue to iterate and make progress towards a multi-planetary future. So that wraps up for us here in Hawthorne. Thank you for tuning in.
That was
and back
the
to you
best
guys.
Starship flight ever. That was the best Starship flight yet.
Launch today.
Uh-huh.
We had successful liftoff. Booster completed its objective, successfully splashed down over in the Gulf. Obviously, we saw another amazing Starlink deploy as well from ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, we made it through that re-entry, testing
That was awesome.
all the different experience. We had missing tiles, gave us quite the light show.
Yeah.
We had that Raptor relight 3 for 3. That was ahead of re-entry, of course.
Yep.
And that awesome splashdown that we just saw, including that dynamic banking maneuver to simulate RTLS when we returned to
That was awesome.
So yeah, we promised maximum excitement, and Starship delivered.
Definitely.
Congrats to all our teammates at SpaceX and to everyone who's supporting the Starship program. And thank you to all our future customers for your support.
We'd also like to thank the fine people of Cameron County, including the residents of its newest city, Starbase, as well as the Coast Guard, the Federal Aviation Administration, the Government of Mexico, and the Australian Space Agency.
Wow.
Yeah, be sure to follow SpaceX on X for updates and about more of the exciting views we didn't get to feature on today's broadcast.
And if you're interested in more launch coverage just like this, head over to SpaceX.com/launches for the most up-to-date information.
Check them out.
All right, I will take us out. Hey, congrats, Jake and Amanda. You guys did amazing. Great job. All right, today we launched the world's biggest rocket, knocked out all of our objectives. Shout outs to every single person who made this look easy. Thank you to everybody tuning in. We're going to see you back here for the very first flight of our next generation Starship.
Yes.
So, we'll see you
SpaceX
then.
Starship 12th orbital test flight launching soon in 2026. The first version 3 Starship mission is launching soon. All right, and that is going to be the end of SpaceX Starship 11th orbital test flight there. We're now going to move into the outro, and yeah, we're going to conclude our full video of Starship Flight 11 here. So yeah, there you have it right there, Godzilla and Kaiju fans and everybody. The final Starship version 2 launch has been successful. Completely successful. All right. So yeah, Godzilla and Kaiju fans and everybody. Wait, hold on. Let me turn the light up just a little bit here so you can probably see me. All right. So yeah, Godzilla and Kaiju fans and everybody, that is going to be the end of our SpaceX Starship 11th Orbital Test Flight full live event video. And yeah, Godzilla and Kaiju fans and everybody, that is going to be the end of our SpaceX Starship 11th Orbital Test Flight live event video on Godzilla King _Next54 to 23. I hope all of you Godzilla and Kaiju fans enjoy that. That was the final Starship version 2 launch and flight. And now it's time to begin our preparations and anticipation and excitement for SpaceX Starship 12th orbital test flight, which will mark the very first version 3 Starship launch. Yep, the first Starship version 3 launch is going to be coming soon. As SpaceX Starship 11th, or not 11th anymore, 12th orbital test flight. Yep, SpaceX Starship 12th orbital test flight, aka the first Starship version 3 launch, is launching soon, sometime in the first quarter of 2026. So yeah, Godzilla and Kaiju fans and everybody, that's going to be the end of the video. Hope you Godzilla and Kaiju fans enjoyed it, and Happy New Year 2026, and we will see you all in the Fortnite 0 Hour Chapter 6 finale live event video, aka our 111th YouTube video on our YouTube channel. So yeah, bye-bye now, Godzilla and Kaiju fans and everybody. See you all in the next video. Bye-bye now. Alright, Godzilla and Kaiju fans and everybody. Wow, that was truly a show indeed. I really hope you all enjoyed Starship Flight 11. That was the final launch of Starship version 2, and yeah, we're now going to begin our preparations and anticipation for SpaceX Starship 12th orbital test flight, aka the first launch of Starship version 3. The first launch and flight of Starship version 3 is launching soon. And yeah, this is going to be starring Starship 39 and Super Heavy Booster 19. So yeah, Godzilla and Kaiju fans and everybody, SpaceX Starship 12th orbital test flight, aka the first Starship version 3 launch and flight, is launching soon in sometime in the first quarter of 2026. So yeah, that's going to be the end of the video. Hope all of you have enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in our next video. Bye bye now, Godzilla and Kaiju fans and everybody. See you all in the next Starship video, and see you all in Starship Flight 12. And Happy New Year 2026, everybody. Bye bye now.